Hello, everyone. My name is Grace Holmes, and I'm very excited for the opportunity to possibly join NC Teaching Fellows. I was born and raised in Goldsboro, North Carolina, and currently I'm in school at ECU and part of the Partnership Teach program for elementary education. I started my journey with education out of high school. I had my associate's degree and was looking for what I needed to do next, my step to do next. And I was a CNA at the time, and I got a position at Northeast Tutoring. And through those months of tutoring, I was able to determine I really loved working with children. I loved figuring out their weaknesses and their strengths and growing those students and helping make connections with them and helping them find an interest in learning and a love for learning. That's my goal, to foster learning for each child and to help them grow as a person. Aside from teaching, I love to watch documentaries. I love reading, and I love spending time with my family. My family is the reason why I do what I do, and they've pushed me every step of the way, and they love me and support me every step of the way. And I'm very appreciative to have a family like them. 3 words to describe myself, I would use determined. I'm a very determined individual. I never let obstacles get in my way. And if there is a roadblock, I try to find a solution to get me past that roadblock in life. Whatever it is, I'm going to do it. I come at it with an attitude of I'm going to achieve what I need to achieve, and I'm always going to do better and go above what I need to do. Supportive is another word I would use to describe myself. I always try and help others and make sure others feel supported and uplifted. I feel like no one should feel like they're alone. I never want anyone to feel like they're having to do everything by themselves. I want to help everyone as much as I can. In my personal life, in my professional life, I want everyone to feel like they have someone to rely on. I would also say overachieving. I have a tendency to want to go above and beyond what is expected of me and what my goal is. I want to constantly improve myself, and I think that's my way of doing that. I want to get better. I want to be better, and whatever I can do to do that, I'm going to do it. As far as grit and determination, one thing that I am very proud that I've accomplished is I was recently named Teaching Assistant of the Year at Carver Elementary last year. And I believe this is because I'm willing to support every grade level at my school. I'm willing to improve my school in any way I can. We are very motivated to become a very high-performing school, and we've excelled in growth the past 3 years. Last year, I started intervention groups for our low-performing students on M class to help improve them and help them to get what they need. So they see different assistants aside from the ones that are in their room. And this is meant to provide them with a different intervention, and it's based on MTSS. I also organize teaching assistant meetings to help our teaching assistants grow in their instructional abilities and to help them plan and become prepared as what they can do for their students and to better themselves. Another thing that I've had to overcome, I lost my daughter 5 months ago. The 21st will be 5 months. I lost her in the midst of my program for ECU, in the midst of my fall semester, and I was 29 weeks pregnant at the time. It was the hardest thing I've had to go through, and I still struggle to go through it every day. I still struggle to process it. I still struggle to keep pushing as a person. The support that I've been shown by ECU is tremendous to me and continues to surprise me every day. My advisor constantly emails me and checks on me. But I think the main thing that's kept me going through all of this is when I return to my classroom, my children are there. They love me and they show them they miss me. And that's how I know I made a difference in their life. And knowing that I've made that difference has really allowed me to know that I have a purpose. And it's really kept me going. So I think overcoming that was a very hard thing for me. And to keep pushing and keep pursuing my teaching career. And knowing that I do make a difference in children's lives. Sorry to get emotional. For fostering learning in the classroom and helping those diverse students, I do work at Carver Elementary. Carver has a high Haitian and Hispanic population. We struggle with that language barrier frequently, and we struggle to educate those students, especially when they're very young and first coming into the country and first learning the language. I think the best thing to do for that is your experience with them, but also researching their culture, researching how they learn and how they are in their home life. What are their social norms? What can you do to make them feel more welcomed in the classroom? If they feel safe and comforted and welcomed in your classroom, they're more likely to perform and learn for you, and more likely to be comfortable learning the material and being invested in their own learning. I think for professionalism, being professional as a teacher in a classroom means that you are being respectful to your students and fostering that respectful environment, making sure you're respectful and they can be respectful back to you. You're creating that standard for them. You're communicating with them. I also think, as far as in your work environment, you're communicating with your peers. You're making sure you're emailing in a professional manner. You're using appropriate language. You're communicating. You're keeping that communication open and professional at all times. You're not overstepping boundaries that have already been set for you, and you're following the expectations that have been laid out for you. My commitment to teaching. In 30 years, when I do retire, I want people to remember me as someone that changed students' lives. I want students to be able to remember me as that teacher that really stuck with them and really inspired them and provided them with a safe place. I wanted to make a difference in this world. And the reason why I'm excited to teach is I want to impact my students. I want people to feel like they matter, and I want to be the light for them. I want to support them, whether it's in a personal way or in a learning environment.